Hi, it me again. It's been a long time since I made a video. Um, right now I'm in the hospital because CF. Um, but I figure I have nothing to do, and of course I have a burst of energy, so why not use that burst to make a frickin' video? I tried to make a video the other day, but I ended up just coughing and breathing really heavy, and it turned out to be shit. Um, oh god, my brain just went off course. Well, a quick update. I moved, so that's pretty cool. I live with one of my friends. Her roommate was like, there was a lot going on, and she ended up leaving. So now it's me and my one friend, and it's really nice. I can breathe better. I feel like it's just nice to have my own space. It's like so nice. So I'm very happy with that. Like I said, I'm in the hospital. My lungs, they did better and then they got worse. I think the last video that I don't even know if I posted it. I think I did. But I got kidney stones. And since then, nothing's really changed besides the fact that I moved, or I guess I had already moved by that point, maybe. I don't know. I don't really care. So yeah, not a whole lot has changed. But you know what, I know what I'm gonna talk about today, because I never know what I'm gonna talk about, until I start doing the video. But I guess I wanna since I'm in the hospital, I'll talk about CF stuff. There's another topic that I want to talk about, but I'll do that tomorrow when I'm bored out of my fucking mind. So, as you can tell right now, I seem to be kind of like energetic and like, what's that called? Like interactive, I guess. And I'm feeling very good about that. A lot of the times when I get sick, that is not the case. And I kind of wanted to get into that. Just share my thoughts and feelings as if people, care about them. But I figure maybe some people do. I don't know. Or that, maybe people can relate. So, that's pretty cool, too. Well, it sucks if you can relate, but it's cool that you can find someone to relate to, is what I meant. Just to briefly talk about when I get sick, the main things that happen, I get a really bad cough. This time my cough isn't too bad. I get out of breath, which is horrible this time. I literally can't walk across the room without being like I'm fucking dying. Because of those two things, I lose weight, which I already have a problem being the right weight and gaining weight, so that fucking sucks. And also, because I'm so sick, it's hard for me to get my rest to get better, and so it kind of and then I lose weight, which makes it harder to be healthy, and then, you know what I mean, so it just basically gets worse until I go in the hospital and get on antibiotics. Most of the time, that's the, cure. It's not a cure, but it's, the treatment for me to get better and start over. So, a lot of the times when I go downhill physically, it also, plays a really big part in the way that I'm, feeling and the perspective that I have on my illness and on life. And it does not play a good part in that. So this time it hasn't been too bad emotionally. I might be cutting in and out if like nurses come in or whatever, but I don't think I have anything going on for right now. But anyways, when I get sick, especially because it happens so often, it feels like, instead of it being like, oh, I'm sick and I hate being sick and being sick sucks, which there is that. Sorry, a nurse came in. But anyways, what I was saying was, instead of it just being like, oh, I hate being sick sucks, it's like, I feel myself like, almost like me being sick becoming a part of my identity, which sucks. But also, even on top of that, I don't just feel like, okay, there's me, and then you just add sickness on top of that. It feels like, a lot of the time anyways, it can feel like the sickness almost like replaces me. So, I feel like people can understand that even if you don't have a chronic illness, like if you get like a really bad flu, like or something, or maybe some people like when they're pregnant, and if they have like weird pregnancies or like bad pregnancies or whatever, like they're a different person, or like not necessarily their best self, or like maybe people who I don't know, I'm just trying to think of like things that a lot of people experience, but that, I don't know. But anyways, when I get sick, I feel like I lose a big part of me because it used to be when I got sick that I had a cough, and the cough was bad, and the cough was annoying, and the cough got in the way of me speaking a sentence without coughing, and it got in the way of me sleeping for 8 hours straight. And then that was it. It was annoying, and it was in the way, and when it would get really bad, then I would have to take specific medicine to get rid of it. But because in these past maybe like 5 years or so, my illness has like grown into this thing that is not just a cough. It literally takes my breath away. It makes it so that it's hard for me to have fun, and it's hard for me to interact with people. It's hard for me to have energy to focus on people because I'm focusing on breathing. It's hard, well, even just a few days ago, one of my friends had a birthday party that I was really excited. I haven't seen him in, I think the last time I saw him was around Christmas time, and even then it was like in a big group. Like I didn't really get to spend a lot of time with him. I think the last time I hung out with him alone was like a long time. Anyways, I had to miss his birthday party, and I mean like he's very like understanding and like probably one of my most supportive friends when it comes to any struggle that I'm having with CF. But at the same time, it was still frustrating that like here's the thing that a non-disabled or an abled person, whatever, an able-bodied person, could do willy-nilly, and here it is, it's like, I can't. Like, I had to reschedule some of my clients at the salon because, oh, I'm gonna be out for a week because I'm going to the hospital, and I'm always in there for like a week, and it's like I appreciate so much my clients, my friends, my family, like the people that care about me who I can tell them, like, hey, I have to miss out on something that we were planning on doing together, and I'm sorry. Like, I really appreciate they're always like, that's fine. You know, and I have clients sometimes that will wait for me. I have clients sometimes that will say, like, oh, I really need my hair done. Like, I'm just going to go to somebody else in your salon. And I'm okay with that because I get that. But I have friends that visit me in the hospital. They'll bring me food. They'll, like, if you need anything, let me. I have so many people, if you need anything, let me know. And it's like, it's overwhelmingly, like, I don't know the right word, but, like, I just appreciate it so much. Because I think without that, I think I would really not be having it. But at the same time, it really can frustrate me and really get me down that these people are put in that situation. Like, it'd be different if my CF just made me feel bad and just made me feel sick. But it's like, now I feel, oh, I'm imposing on others by being sick. And it's not my fault. It's a disease that's, like, eating away at my body. So it's, like, not my fault. But it feels like I'm letting other people, like, I feel like I'm letting other people down, even when they're very understanding. So, like, it really feels like I'm being, like, I'm letting them down. And I don't like that. I don't like having to go back on things like, oh, I told you I'd go to your party, but I can't. Oh, we scheduled this hair appointment 4 weeks ago, and I'm calling you, 3 days before your appointment to tell you I can't do it. Like, yes, it's not my fault, but it's like, it still feels shitty. So that can really get to me. And then there's the fact that, and maybe that's why it's a little bit different this time. A lot of, like, for a while there, it felt like it was happening more and more, and I felt like this is becoming who I am now. Like, this isn't just, oh, I have CF. Like, I'm Bryn and I have CF. It felt like CF was replacing me and CF was taking over my life, and that was frustrating. And I'm talking as if it's not still doing it, and it totally is. But besides the fact that I was in the hospital for kidney stones, if you take that out of the equation, the last time I was in the hospital was, I think I went in on the 20th of December. It was right around there. And today is the 11th of March. So almost 3 months went by without me going into the hospital for CF-related things. And I know, like, for people without CF, oh, you went 3 months without being in the hospital. But, like, for me, it was, like, forever ago in high school, it was once a year. Then it became, it was, like, 4 times a year. And then it was, so that's what, every 3 months. Or no, it was probably, like, I don't know. But anyways, it's been getting closer and closer. And these last few times, it's been every other month that I've been in. I was in August, then October, then December. So I would have planned to be back in February, and I was not. And I also am proud of myself. The last time I was in December, they put me on an antibiotic that I'm not used to, and it did nothing, and I was like, that's great. Really glad I just wasted my fucking 3 weeks doing an antibiotic that did nothing. But then I began, not that this is a cure-all, but I began looking into essential oils. I was more adamant with my nebulizers. They had me on an oral antibiotic, which actually I'm still on. And all those things, like things that I could take charge of. The oils, making sure I did my oral antibiotic, and whatever that third thing that I said. Oh, my nebulizers. I was doing that, and now it took me almost 3 months to go back in the hospital. So it felt like, I know it's not even a full extra month, but it felt like I worked hard and I had something to show for it, and that's special, and that's nice, because one of my biggest frustrations when I started going downhill was I felt like I was trying and I wasn't getting anything, which made me just want to flip over a fucking desk and be like, fine, I won't even fucking try, I'll show you, and like, that doesn't work. But yeah, to get back into the depressing part of it, the part that I'm still learning how to work through, but that I think that it's important to talk about and to acknowledge, is I really feel a lot of the times when I get sick that I lose myself. I lose energy. I lose my ability to engage with people. And it's hard because, like, even just in one-on-one conversation, they can be telling a story, and I'm sitting there, and I'm literally just sitting there staring at them, and it feels like it takes a lot of energy to even, like, acknowledge what they're, like, even if they're just telling a story and you're like, oh, yeah, oh, okay, like, that takes a lot, because my body is just doing so much already, and so it can really take a toll on me, because it makes me feel like the people that I care about don't think that I care about them. You know, they're telling me stories, whether they're like serious, like life-changing stories, or even just like a silly story, you know, they're telling me things, and I'm not interacting with them as if I care, and it's not that I don't care, but it makes it a lot harder for me to express that, because I don't have the energy, and so it makes me sometimes feel like a failure as a friend or as a stylist. Like, that's a big thing. When I went to beauty school, like, people joke about how their stylist is like their therapist, and like, I'm not a licensed therapist. I don't know shit about like different techniques to make you be better or whatever, but I do know how to listen, and people like that. And I feel like sometimes they're telling me stuff, and I am taking it all in, but I'm sure there's people that feel as if I'm not, and that makes me upset, because I don't want them to feel like they're wasting their time. Like, yeah, they come to me to do their hair, but they come to me to have me listen, especially my regulars, and so if it doesn't seem like I'm listening, I'm not doing my job, and I really take pride in my job. So I'm not a fan when I get sick, because I feel like not me, or that I'm not able to at least express me. I'm trying to think. Like, those are the main things, the interactions and stuff, or especially, like, for example, if I'm meeting new people, like, it's different. Like, at least with my friends and stuff, they know what to expect, and they know that just because I look like I don't give a fuck doesn't mean that I don't give a fuck. But I know, like, when was that, Friday? I don't know. A few days ago, I met some of my friend's friend that like they've been talking us up to each other, like oh, you gotta meet each other, blah blah blah, and we had like a get together and we were all there, and like I was really sick, and so in the beginning I actually had a lot of energy, which was nice, and I was really able to like show that I was excited to meet her, and like and I really was. She was really cool. But like after a while, towards the end of the night, it was like 10 o'clock, I started getting really tired, and I was literally so tired. I'm like sitting there like this, like falling asleep. And I just felt bad because sometimes I feel like if somebody's like, are you not having a good time? Like, of course, most people are just gonna be like, no, that's not it, even if they're not having a good time. So by the time it gets to that point, I feel like it doesn't matter what I say. They're still gonna assume I'm not having a good time. And so, like, for example, that night I felt bad because I felt like she possibly thought that I was not enjoying my time, and I was. It was just that I had no energy. So I was ready to sleep, but I really had a good time. But sometimes I'm always afraid that people won't understand that, and I think people do understand it more than I give them credit for. So that's something I'm working on. But it's definitely something that I worry about, and it's something that I think about. So yeah, this time specifically, I've done very well in remaining positive and viewing this as more of like a temporary, like, oh, you're just sick and you'll get better kind of thing, rather than what my brain normally does, which is you're sick and you'll get sick again. Because that is what fucks me up. So, but like I said, this time it's better. A lot of the times it is not. But I did just want to talk about it because I feel like a lot of people who are sick a lot of the time probably feel similarly, and it's really hard to like express that, or at least to feel alone in that. So hopefully this helps somebody. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna be done with this video. I'll probably make another video tomorrow. Probably not CF related, but whatever. I don't know. Alright. Good night.